Architecture represents a hardscape that excels in artificial beauty, while plants are living entities that grow and evolve, bringing a dynamic natural beauty. The arrangement of plants and architecture combines these two forms of beauty. In this lesson, we will explore garden plants and architecture design. Let's start by learning about the requirements for garden plants and architecture design. Requirements for garden plants and architecture design. 1. Enhancing architectural aesthetics with plant design. Plants can enhance the visual appeal of architecture through their rich colors, soft and varied lines, and graceful forms, making the building blend more harmoniously with its surroundings. 1. High-rise buildings. Emphasize horizontal and round forms. Group and cluster planting is recommended, using plants like red maple, Japanese holly spheres, and Juniperus chinensis spheres. 2. Flat-roofed low-rise buildings. Focus on vertical and round forms. Solitary and cluster planting is suggested, using trees like cryptomeria, ginkgo, dawn redwood, boxwood spheres, and photonia spheres. Traditional pitched roof buildings highlight open and horizontal forms. Solitary and cluster planting of species such as plum, weeping crabapple, and cherry blossoms are suitable. 2. Aligning plant design with the building's nature and function. Garden architecture is diverse in type and form, and the plant arrangement around a building should be coordinated with its style and function. Northern classical garden buildings are grand and majestic, often using large, robust trees like Chinese juniper, oil pine, and Pinus bungina as the base species. Jiangnan classical gardens are typically small in area, with smaller buildings and subtle, elegant colors. Plant arrangements should evoke a poetic and picturesque feeling, creating the illusion of a miniature forest in close quarters, with a focus on detail. High-value ornamental trees and shrubs with artistic appeal are often used. 3. Enhancing architectural meaning with plant design. By skillfully combining the poetic and artistic qualities of plants with architecture, the surrounding environment gains vitality, and the architectural meaning is elevated, enriching the garden's overall experience. For example, at Suzhou's lingering garden, the Osmanthus fragrance pavilion is surrounded by osmanthus trees. When in bloom, their fragrance fills the air, creating an elegant and serene atmosphere. Similarly, the Keep and Listen Hall at the humble administrator's garden is designed with open windows and a platform in front, allowing visitors to enjoy the view of lotus flowers and the sound of rain in autumn, adding a unique charm. Plant landscape design for exterior building environments. 1. Plant landscape design at building entrances. The landscaping at building entrances must first meet functional requirements, ensuring it doesn't obstruct pedestrian and vehicle traffic or block sightlines. It should also reflect the building's characteristics. The plants chosen should have an attractive shape, vibrant colors, and a pleasant fragrance. 2. Plant landscape design for building foundations. When designing the landscape around a building's foundation, it is important to consider the building's natural lighting, ensuring that plants are not placed too close or in a way that overly obstructs the building's facade. Additionally, the building's foundation should not interfere with the plant's growth. Shrubs and flowers are commonly used for foundation planting. Deep-rooted trees or large shrubs should not be planted within 3 meters of the building's foundation. 3. Plant landscape design in front of windows. Window side landscaping must take into account factors such as indoor lighting, ventilation, noise reduction, and visual privacy. Generally, low shrubs or flower beds are planted near windows, while taller trees are positioned 5 to 8 meters away from residential windows. Moreover, plants outside windows are often used as key elements in framed views from within the building. For this purpose, slow-growing plants with minimal seasonal changes, such as banana plants, plum trees, and heavenly bamboo, are ideal. These can be complemented by permanent features like upright stones or lakeside rocks to enhance stability in the view. This combination of dynamic and static elements creates a visually pleasing and enduring scene. 4. Plant landscape design for building walls. In garden design, walls are often used as a canvas, with ornamental plants creating a living picture. Typically, Walls are adorned with climbing plants, or pruned and trained flowering or fruit-bearing shrubs, with various flowers as foundation plantings. When designing plant landscapes for building walls, it's crucial to consider the orientation of the wall. East and west walls can benefit from vertical greening to reduce summer sun exposure. Tall, deciduous trees with low branching points can also be used to lower indoor temperatures and add decorative value to the wall. The south wall usually receives plenty of sunlight and often has more windows and doors. The favorable microclimate here allows for the use of bright, sun-loving plants, along with the deciduous shade trees to provide protection from the summer sun. The north wall is generally the most challenging environment, with limited sunlight, cooler temperatures, and exposure to cold winter winds. For these reasons, tall evergreen trees and shade-tolerant plants are ideal for layered greening, helping to block cold winds. 5. Plant landscape design for building corners. Building corners are typically quiet areas with harsh lines that can be effectively softened and beautified with plantings. It's generally advisable to choose plants with ornamental leaves, flowers, or stems, planting them in clusters. These corners can be designed with flower beds, borders, or small trees and rock gardens. The design of plant landscapes at building corners can fan out from the wall corner to the outer side, with plant heights gradually decreasing. Shallow-rooted large plants are often used to decorate the inner side near the wall, while flowering shrubs or ornamental grasses form the second layer, drawing attention to the lush plant landscape and away from the hard lines of the corner. Given the typically poor lighting, ventilation, and soil conditions in building corners, it's important to select shade-tolerant and resilient plant species for these areas. Course Summary. This lesson covered the design requirements for garden plants and architecture design, with a focus on plant landscape design for exterior building environments. We discussed key areas, including building entrances, foundations, windows, walls, and corners. That concludes today's lesson. Thank you for listening.